Hello, Game on Noah here, and today we are doing a huge video, an exciting topic I've been waiting for a very long time. As you guys know, E3 2021 is indeed happening, and I'm very excited to share you guys my predictions. There are a lot of companies that are going to be attending E3, but the main ones I'm going to focus on are Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sega. Now, there usually is one more company. I forget the name. That's with the little S as well. Sega. I don't know. I forget. But they won't be attending again after missing E3 2019. And with everything that's been going on in the world, E3 2020 got canceled. Not the worst thing that happened the whole year, but still a sad year for all gamers. So this E3, it's probably going to be huge. But remember, guys, if there's one thing I'm sure of, there is a 0% chance that everything I say will be at E3. So please, take this with a huge grain of salt. It's opinion, it's all rumors and leaks, okay? And keep in mind that there is a couple of things I really do think will be here. So let's talk about the major one, my opinion, the whole power topic of my channel, Nintendo. Nintendo did not have that good of a 2020. It was very, very rough, full of ports and remakes. And Animal Crossing. That too. I liked 2020, but yeah, I could understand why people didn't like it. So, starting off to predictions, a bit of a wild one, on my opinion. I don't think anyone's actually talked about it. A new Warrior Whale. I honestly feel like Warrior Whale would be perfect for the Switch, you know? Like, you could use the Switch motion controllers, gyro controllers, vibrations to do rumble, really to do anything. They could make Warrior Whale so creative on the Switch. So, Warrior Whale Switched, for example. That was one of the titles I remember as like a concept. And I'm shocked no one's been talking about this because Intelligent Games is the people Warrior Whale is made by. They make Paper Mario, Fire Emblem, and Warrior Whale. Well, Fire Emblem was in summer of 2019, and Paper Mario the Origami King was in summer of 2020. So, I'd say a good maybe 60% of it. And by the way, guys, the percentages don't mean they'll appear at E3. It's how likely I think they are of actually happening. But I think this would be revealed at E3. So, next is a bit of an obvious one. I really do think it's going to happen. Now, it might not happen this year, but I'm hoping it does. Super Mario Party 2. So, as you guys know, it first started when ND Cube, yes, I believe that's who makes Super Mario Party games, said on a tweet that they were developing a new game, and they wanted people to test it and give them feedback. Well, they're really only known for making party games, and Super Mario Party is sold over 10 million copies, destroying Super Mario Party 8, I think, and with 2 million. So it is by far the most selling Mario Party game ever, and with the recent Mario Party update out of nowhere that added almost full online except the rhythm games, it's a bit suspicious. It really is. I was really sad when that online wasn't at launch, but hey, it's here now. It's late. It's a bit too late, but they could be testing it out. And I really do think Super Mario Party 2 is in development. Now, whether it comes out this year, I don't know, but it was revealed at E3 2018 is the first one. So, you never know. So I'd give it a good 85% chance. Now, here is questionably, actually probably the biggest game talk of Nintendo at E3 2021. Breath of the Wild 2. Breath of the Wild 2 was announced at the end of E3 2019, and I bet you they were maybe going to talk about it at E3 2020, at least say, hey, development's going good. Well, hate to break it to you, E3 2020 didn't happen. So, they did reveal in the first Nintendo Direct, thank God Nintendo Directs came back, in February, I believe, that they don't have anything to show us for Breath of the Wild 2 right now, but they did promise that Breath of the Wild 2 would be shown off at sometime this year. Now, I'm going to go on a limb and say it's probably going to be E3. Could be another Direct after, but I really doubt it. And if Breath of the Wild 2 does get revealed at E3, it honestly could have come out this year. Yes, Zelda games are notoriously shown to be delayed a lot. Breath of the Wild 1 was delayed a ton, but they already have the engine for Breath of the Wild 2. When Breath of the Wild 1 was being made, it was really the engine, if I'm correct, that they were having trouble with, and once they got that, it was a bit easier. So I'm gonna go on a limb and say Breath of the Wild 2 about 80% chance of being shown off at E3, and if it is shown off, it's most likely gonna come out in 2021 because Smash Ultimate was revealed in March of 2018, shown off in E3 of 2018, so June, and it came out in December. Same thing with Breath of the Wild 2, except it was shown in 2019 E3, so huge margin. So the next game is a pretty notorious one for how long it's just been taking. The Bayonetta 3. I don't know a lot about Bayonetta, so I'm sorry, but I do know that the producer or director, one of the heads of the project, likes making fun of the game a lot. He keeps telling it, it's on its way, it's coming. Just forget about Bayonetta 3. Well, Bayonetta 3 was revealed at the Game Awards in 2017. We've heard nothing else about it, so we'll probably be seeing it, hopefully. It's been 4 years now. Almost 4. So I'm going to go on a limb and say 75% chance. It could just fly out, get revealed here. It could come out this year. Maybe next year. Now, if we're talking about Notorious for getting delayed and stuff, we gotta talk about Metroid Prime 4. Development hell for Retro Studios, which I actually don't think it's development hell. I'll get to that. Metroid Prime 4. The return of the Metroid Prime series, and what was supposed to save the Metroid series, essentially, with Samus Returns, was revealed at E3 2017 as the last game. A shock to many. We've heard nothing about it until very early, I believe, January of 2019, when it was revealed that because they weren't liking how the game was coming, I think Bandai Namco might have been developing it at the time, they re-scrapped the whole project and they were going to rework it. But they got Retro Studios back because they were working on something else, I think. Either way, they scrapped Metroid Prime 4 and are now working on it again. It's been a solid 2 years now. More than 2 years, so hopefully they have something to show. I don't think it's coming out this year. I don't really think it's going to get announced here or re-announced, but if it does, maybe 2022. So I'll give it a 30%. Kind of a niche chance, but you never know. Now, for the next game, it was revealed at the end of the Nintendo Direct in February. Splatoon 3. Splatoon 3 looks really good. It looks a lot better than Splatoon 2, even though I did really like Splatoon 2, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. Splatoon 3, I'd say, has a 40% chance. I don't think it's going to go in depth at E3. I think that will be maybe for the end of the last direct of the year. As, in my opinion, I think Splatoon 3 will be the spring game of 2022, along with Pokemon Legends. So I'm going to give it a 40% chance. Slightly better than Metroid Prime 4, but not by much. Now, one of the last huge games that people are talking about that really want on Switch. Mario Kart 9. I've gone on record, I don't believe on my YouTube, but on my Twitch, that Splatoon 3 and Mario Kart 9 were going to happen. Now, we're in real time right now. Splatoon 3 happened. But I did go on record as well, saying that that Splatoon 3 had a way better chance than Mario Kart 9. I still don't really think Mario Kart 9 is going to happen on the Switch, but hey, Nintendo proved me wrong. Splatoon 3 happened, so I'm going to give Mario Kart 9 a 20%. I really don't think it's going to happen. The next year would be a lot more likely, to be honest. Now, one of the most anticipated sequels for the Switch, other than Breath of the Wild 2, Super Mario Odyssey 2. I will talk about this game a bit later, but I really don't think it's happening this year. It could happen next year. I actually see it happening next year as the big game, or 2023. But, nah, I really don't see it happening. There's a reason. The people who develop Super Mario Odyssey, there's a rumor going around that they might be working on another project, which we'll get to later. So I really don't think so. And even if they aren't working on that project, still don't think that's what they're working on. The last game they made was ARMS in 2018, so they've definitely been working on something big. I believe it was ARMS anyway. Now, as I was making these predictions, they actually posted new NES and SNES online content. People were really not happy with this, and I was kind of one of them. It was kind of bad. Where was Mario RPG? Where was Earthbound? Chrono Trigger? Heck, at least Japan got one of the Fire Emblem games. I'm not a huge Fire Emblem fan, but that's something. Where's Earthbound Beginnings, right? So, NES and SNES, I'm both given a 50% chance of being shown. It would have been more if it just wasn't for that got revealed, along with the new Skyward Sword amiibo, which I believe has some controversy as well. But yeah, pretty good chance. Now, here's one I really want to happen. I really want. It's one of the most requested things I want on the Switch. N64 Online. Now, I do really like Nintendo, and I'm looking over at my collection right now, and I technically have an NES. I know split place. I technically have an SNES. I have the SNES Classic, and I know someone who has an SNES. I don't have an N64 though, which is ironic, because two of my favorite games of all time are in the N64: Super Mario 64 and Paper Mario 64. We'll get to that later. And I have them on VVC, so Wii Virtual Console. That's how I grew up with them as a kid, and they were fantastic. Paper Mario 64 is probably my favorite game of all time, and it bums me out that Nintendo 64 Online isn't here, and I thought it was going to come in 2020. So, I'm going to give it a good 80%, honestly, and if it's not at E3, it'll be in the next direct of the year, in my opinion. Now, while I really want Nintendo 64, I'm going to say Game Boy Online is a bit more likely, to be honest. Game Boy Online is a bit more likely, but N64 is what I want. Game Boy Online, I'd say 90%. Game Boy Online such as, like, Link's Awakening, Super Mario Land 1, Super Mario Land 2, Wario Land, ton of, I think, some ports from the NES, really good, solid content overall, and some other online services such as Game Boy Advance, GameCube, DS, Wii, 3DS, not Wii U because, you know, Wii U ports. I mean, we already have a Wii port coming soon, Skyward Sword HD, kinda, and I really don't think any of these are likely, though, even though the DS was on the Wii U with the Game Boy Advance as well. However, I will say this. The Game Boy Advance one could come very late in the Switch's life. I could see it. Other than that, though, I don't think so. Even though they're all GameCube and Wii and N64 games on the Switch with Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Now, I can say this with almost 100% certainty, that there will be a new trailer for The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and it will probably be the overview trailer for the game. We already just got that Zelda X Zelda X Loftwing amiibo. It looks pretty great. People are a bit upset how the function it is should be in the game. Now, I'm not going to get into that. Opinions are opinions, but either way, I think the amiibo does look beautiful, and it comes out July 16th, which is ironically 8 days after my birthday. So, it looks really good. It is the game I want most this year that actually is confirmed, and I'm very excited for it. I'd say 95% chance. Now, here's when we get into some anniversary content. Legend of Zelda 35th Anniversary. Just like Mario's 35th Anniversary, people think there's going to be a collection of Ocarina of Time HD, Wind Waker HD, and Twilight Princess HD. I could see it, yeah. I really would want Majora's Mask HD to be in there too, but they didn't put Super Mario Galaxy 2 in Mario 3D All-Stars, so I don't know. And I feel like Galaxy 2 is a bit of an excuse because it kind of was like one. But no, you can't get rid of Majora's Mask, in my opinion. You have to have that. And I honestly can't decide if I would ever have the original Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask or the 3D ones on the 3DS, or just new ones in general. I don't know. I think new ones would be pretty cool, but I don't know if Nintendo would be willing to do that. Wind Waker HD is one of my favorite Zelda games of all time. It's one of my favorite games, too. Wind Waker or just Wind Waker HD. Every time someone's like, what Zelda game should I play for? So I always recommend Wind Waker. It's really good, and I hated how it got so much hate before and a bit after it was revealed. But now people put it as like their top 3 Zelda games. It's really good. And Twilight Princess HD, the hype behind that game when it came out, oh my. It still lives up to this day, honestly. I'd say a 65% chance. There's a lot of anniversaries this year. Now, a bit of a more popular known anniversary, the Pokemon 25th anniversary. We already know that the Diamond and Pearl remakes and Pokemon Legends Arceus is happening. Diamond and Pearl remakes will be in late 2021, and the Pokemon Legends Arceus will be in early 2022. I'm going to give these a 50% chance of being shown, because they aren't usually shown in Nintendo conferences, and when they are, it was right after a Pokemon Presents, which is a rumor, I believe, that one will be happening before E3. So if a like a Pokemon Direct does happen before E3, they're probably going to show them at E3, which wastes a bit of time in the conference, but what are you going to do? I'll give them a 50% chance of showing up. Now, back to Mario Odyssey 2. The oldest anniversary, possibly, in terms of big franchises for Nintendo. Donkey Kong's 40th anniversary. Donkey Kong has been vacant for years now, mostly because the people who now develop the games, Retro Studios, is busy with old Prime 4 over there, so we got Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze on the Switch with Funky Mode. It barely had any new content. It's a good game, one of the best 3D platformers of this generation, but dang. So the rumor is that the people who worked on Mario Odyssey are working on Donkey Kong, a new Donkey Kong game, whether it be 2D or 3D. I'd say this is a lot more likely than Mario Odyssey 2 currently. I'm going to give this a 70% chance, and I really do hope it does happen. I actually really want Donkey Kong to get revived. Plus, he is getting that expansion in Super Nintendo World, so that also gets it a bigger chance in my opinion. Now, Metroid. Metroid has been laid vacant for years, only appearing in Super Smash Bros. And occasionally Mario Kart as a Mii costume, for example. But Samus Returns did come. I guess Federation Force happened. And Metroid Prime 4 was announced, delayed, and is currently unknown. Oh, and it did have that one cameo in Paper Mario the Origami King. Ooh, what I think the Metroid 35th anniversary could be, not only Prime 4, which would probably be later next year or 2023, Metroid Prime Trilogy remake, and a new 2D Metroid game. The Metroid Prime Trilogy has been rumored, and an ex-dev did say that it would be very hard to do. So I don't know if it would happen this year, maybe next year though, and then a new 2D Metroid game does seem a bit more likely. So I'll give it a 40% chance overall. It's sad to say, I really do hope it happens, but cross my fingers on that one, guys. Now, one of the most biggest franchises from Nintendo to soar in popularity because of what's going on in the world right now is Animal Crossing. As we know, Animal Crossing New Horizons has soared massively. It is now the second top game on the Switch, only the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has been here since 2017. And people have been upset because Animal Crossing New Horizons, they wanted a big 2.0 update, and we only got update 1.10. Well, they're probably saving the goods for E3, so update 2.0, as you will. And it also is Animal Crossing's 20th anniversary. So, a massive Animal Crossing update does seem likely. I'm giving it a 95% chance. Yes, you heard me. A 95%. Pretty high, but could happen. Now, the last anniversary I'm going to talk about is Pikmin's. Yes, Pikmin's. Stay with me. Pikmin 3 Deluxe's announcement was so amazing to me and other people. It proved that Pikmin is alive. And no, it wasn't Pikmin 4. It was something. And Pikmin 3 is honestly really good. And I actually think this might be the best Deluxe game, not counting Bowser's Fury. Has the most content by far, right? And with the announcement that Niantic, people who made Pokemon Go, are making a Pikmin mobile game that's an AR like Pokemon Go, future of Pikmin could be promising if Niantic does pull it through. Though I don't think they would show off the Pikmin mobile game there, so I'm going to give that 20% chance of happening at E3. But they did reveal that it is happening this year. It's coming out this year. It's already being beta tested in some countries. Now, this is another wild guess and prediction I was thinking. Miitopia DLC. I feel like they could do Miitopia DLC with a new adventure, more costumes, more things to do. I feel like Miitopia has endless possibilities. So I'm going to give it a 30% chance because there's no evidence really to back this up. And the game's not even out as of I'm recording this. It's not even out yet, only the demo. Which I just played the demo, and it is really good. Please, go guys. Get the demo. It's really good. Now, for some other DLC that has been confirmed, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity Expansion Pass. As of this recording, the one that comes out in May, I think it's the pre-order bonus, hasn't been revealed yet. But there is one coming out in June, so they'll probably talk about that one. So I'm going to say a good 60% chance if all the Zelda anniversary stuff does happen there, which it probably should. Now, this is I believe, the only thing I have in my predictions that has a 100% chance of happening. Mario Golf Super Rush Travel. There's just going to be another trailer. It comes out, I think it comes out, yes, the game comes out just over a week after E3, I believe. So they're going to show it. They did that last time with Super Mario Maker 2, right before it came out. So that's a 100% chance. Oh yes, there actually is one more anniversary I forgot to talk about. A new Kirby game for its 30th anniversary next year. Currently, it's the 29th anniversary of Kirby, I believe, right now. In 2022, though, it will be the 30th. There's been a lot of rumors, leaks, and just a lot of widespread that HAL Laboratory is making a new Kirby game that will be fully 3D, the first fully 3D Kirby game. That would honestly be amazing, and I would finally buy a Kirby game, because I didn't actually get Kirby Star Allies, though I did have a poster of it. So I'm going to give that a 70% chance, though I don't know if it would get revealed at the C3. Now, a little known leak rumor that I really hope is happening. Paper Mario 64 remake. I don't see this happening that much. The leakers have said that it's still happening though, and it would be amazing. It would save the Paper Mario franchise if they did it right. And I'm gonna have to give it a 30% chance. I really want it to. It's my favorite game ever, but I didn't buy the Bowser Inside Story remake, and that was my second favorite game. That was on the 3DS, and it released in 2019. But please, Nintendo, please, Intelligent Games, Paper Mario 64 remake, please. 30% chance. Now, another game also a lot of leakers have been talking about that is still happening is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, sequel for next year. I'm going to give that a 40% chance. I don't know if that's really likely, but it could still happen. Now, another game that we could be talking about is Detective Pikachu. Detective Pikachu, I'd say, I believe they announced it, I don't know exactly when they announced it, I think they announced it in 2019, Detective Pikachu 2 for the Switch. I'm going to give that a good 75% chance, because they didn't reveal it at the Pokemon Direct a while back when they revealed New Snap, which I thought that's what they were going to talk about when they talked about that League of Legends Pokemon game, whatever, and I was very confused, so they're probably going to reveal it here or at the Pokemon presentation if there's one before, so 75% chance for Detective Pikachu on Switch. Now, I think this is the original. I'm not a huge Fire Emblem fan, as I said, but Fire Emblem Remake, I believe the first Fire Emblem was localized until March 31st in the Nintendo eShop. I didn't get it because I'm not a huge fan, but I get why if you did. And I think there's even a rumor and leak of Fire Emblem Remake actually happening. And that would be pretty cool, honestly, given that they took the localized one away. So I'd say 50% chance. Now, this is one I really hope happens, but I doubt it. Mario and Luigi for late 2021 or early 2020. As we know, in 2019, mainly due to Bowser Inside Story's remake terrible sales, because it was on the 3DS in 2019, which I have a theory. I thought that was going to be on Switch because they actually got rid of the mic for Bowser blowing fire. No, I think that was just because it was annoying. Yes, caused Alpha Dream to go bankrupt. Nintendo does own the rights, of course, though, to Mario and Luigi, so they can use it. And they could rehire some people from Alpha Dream to work on it. And there was a huge leak that a new Mario and Luigi game would come out in late 2021 or early 2022. Very low chance, though, sadly, in my opinion. It's not a single one has been on console ever, at least original. I believe Superstar Sega and Partners in Time was on the Wii, and I think Partners in Time was only on the Wii U. But I'd say 25% chance, sadly. Now, this is one of my favorite games on the Switch. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Challenger Pack 10 and Challenger Pack 11. The last two, possibly, titles, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. 80% chance of happening, and I honestly think there's a 100% chance that one of them will be shown off. And I think there's a good 80% that both of them will, since in E3 2019, both Hero and Banjo were shown off, so two. Now, if I would have to predict which ones they were, I feel like Crash and Knuckles would be maybe most likely, but like Paper Mario, Spyro, Conker, even Conker, like Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day, that would be pretty cool. Maybe even Shadow, I don't know, a lot. There could be a lot. Banana D, Waddle D, Banana Waddle D from Kirby. a lot. I don't really have an exact prediction for that. There's so many leaks about that, but I think Challenger Pack 10 and 11 will be shown off 80%. Now, speaking of Challenger Pack, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Challenger Pack 12. There was a kind of a leak a while back where people dug into the files on a Nintendo website. Each DOC in a volume had a file name with a number. And for some reason, in Volume 2, there was a missing file. I think it was like 72, 73, or 74. People believe that is one more DOC file. They did have a bonus file at the beginning of Volume 1, Piranha Plant. They could have one that ended off 2. In my opinion, I would probably think that would be Waluigi, but I'm not holding my breath there. 25% chance. Now, resurrecting old franchises. These old franchises would probably the big three: Star Fox, F-Zero, and Chibi Robo. This is extremely doubtful. I don't think Star Fox is dead. They will in Star Atlas, I think, and Star Fox Zero happened. But yeah, they need a really good game. F-Zero hasn't happened since the GameCube because apparently they don't have any good ideas, even though they wanted one in the Wii, but the developers couldn't because they were busy at the time. And then Chibi Robo. Ziplash. This game blows a lot. So they gotta resurrect some old franchises. That would be nice, but it seems extremely unlikely. I'm gonna say a 10% chance. Now, final two announcements, and what my prediction is for Nintendo is huge. Okay? Nintendo Switch Online 2021 update. Better online. All online services such as N64 Online, what we've been talking about. More special offers. Better and in-game voice chat would actually be amazing, since they can definitely do that. So, being Nintendo, I don't know if it's going to happen. I'd say 40% chance since there's no clear evidence. But they have been doing the new servers on some of their new Switch games, so you never know. And the last Nintendo-related prediction I want to make for E3 2021. Whoa. The Nintendo Switch Pro. Do I think the Nintendo Switch Pro is real? I do. I do think it is real. I can explain. Nintendo seems to be taking the Nintendo Switch the same way, the DS. Nintendo DS, Nintendo DS Lite, Nintendo DSi. Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch Lite, Nintendo Switch Pro, because DSi just rings off the tongue a bit more than Nintendo Switch I. So, Nintendo Switch Pro would be nice to have 4K in Bluetooth, so you know there could be in-game voice chat, no wild headphones going all across the room. A way better screen on the handheld itself. It would just be amazing. Even new Joy-Cons and Pro controllers would be amazing. I'm going to give it a 70% chance, but normally I don't think Nintendo would really, at least lately they haven't revealed consoles there for the first time, but it would be very nice to see. And that's about all for Nintendo fan. Oh, that's about all the Nintendo fanboy I got there. As I'd say, I'll say it again. There's no way all of that's happening. We can expect maybe a couple of those, possibly. It'll still be really fun. Now, time for Microsoft. The biggest one is Nintendo related, I know. Xbox Game Pass on Nintendo Switch. Well, there's been a lot of rumors and speculations because Phil Spencer, yes, the president of Microsoft, no, not Microsoft, Xbox, sorry, has been putting Nintendo Switches in his backgrounds of his live streams and videos. And it wouldn't be weird because they had partnered in the past, but he did that with the Xbox Series S before the Xbox Series S was revealed, being a little trickster he is. So, what could this mean? In some documents that were posted in a legal battle between Epic Games and Apple, I don't want to discuss that, but Nintendo did redact information from Microsoft that stated Xbox Game Pass above. Why would Nintendo redact that? Xbox Game Pass on Nintendo Switch? Gonna give it a 75% chance of happening. And it would probably be announced on Microsoft's thing instead. Re-announcing Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite was, I don't even know when it was announced, E3 2019, I think. And because of not only what's happening in the world, but because of feedback of, I think, the mob designs from the demo they showed, they are delaying Halo Infinite. And it was also revealed that Halo Infinite will not be coming out this year. So they probably should re-announce Halo Infinite, at least show some stuff. I'm going to give that a 40% chance. Now, I've been talking to some of my friends, and they really do think it's time for Forza Horizon 5. Forza Horizon 4 is a really good game on the Xbox. I've played it on my PC. Really good game. It has yet to be announced, but apparently it will be on both the Xbox Series X and the Xbox One, which gives it a likely chance of being announced this year and coming out this year. Just 75% chance. Now, a new Forza Motorsport, or Motorsport 8 as you will, you can call it whatever, a good 60% chance, because we have seen the trailer of it, which is unlike Forza Horizon 5. But Forza Motorsport 8, or Forza Motorsport, whatever you want to call it, is not only going to be on the Xbox Series X, but will be way more powerful. So, even if it is shown, it's probably going to be next year instead, early next year. We'll see, early 2022, 60% chance. Now, a game they did reveal almost a year ago, Skate 4. They didn't even show any gameplay. They just came on and said, "Hey, Skate 4 is happening." I'd say 75% chance. It's been about a year. They could at least say something that's development's going smoothly. Maybe even show some gameplay. Now, Minecraft Caves Cliffs update. They did announce that a while back, and they said that it would be coming, I believe, this year. So it would be nice to see some gameplay finally on Minecraft Caves and Cliffs. And the last two, which very unlikely but would be nice, a new Banjo-Kazooie game. Well, Banjo-Kazooie did come back in Smash Bros. Ultimate, but it was confirmed that it wasn't really that hard for Nintendo to go to Vail to ask them. They just went to Microsoft and Vail said, "Can we use Banjo-Kazooie?" And they just said yes. Pretty much. But it would be nice to see Banjo-Kazooie make a comeback. And speaking of Vail, a new Conquer game. It will also back to Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo 3, something like that. Anyways, Conker's like dormant for years. There was many sequels and spin-offs planned that were all cancelled. He was used in Project Spark, I believe, and was canceled after one episode. Just kind of sad what's happened to Conker. I really wanted him in Smash Bros. But sadly, there's no way he's happening because Banjo's and Steve is in it now. Master Chief is a bit more likely. No, I would take Banjo over Conker, but a new Conker game, 20% chance. I really hope it happens, but it's pretty low. Lastly, I want to talk about Sega. I do only have two things about Sega because I'm not a huge Sega fan, but Sega is such a nice company when it comes to their fans, so I think I had to talk about it. The number one big thing, Sonic's 30th anniversary. So they kick off that people think there will be a new Sonic game, as, I don't know, like Sonic Adventure 3, I don't know, something, just a new Sonic game. There's been leaks about it. Apparently it wasn't going to come out this year, but they might announce it this year at least. Because, you know, the Sonic Movie 2 is coming out next year in 2022, so it would be nice. And I feel like if Sega doesn't do anything for Sonic's 30th anniversary, it's going to be a bit weird. So 75% chance. And lastly, Super Monkey Ball's 30th anniversary, aka a new Super Monkey Ball game. It has been leaked, speculated, rumored for a good year now at least, and it's pretty much almost confirmed at this point that one is at least in development. But I don't know if it will be shown off here, though it is its 30th anniversary this year. I'm going to give it a 60% chance of happening. And that's pretty much all my predictions for E3. The big three, I forgot the other one with the company, what is that, the little S? Make TVs, they do the Spider-Man movies. I don't know. But I do think E3 2021 will be huge and it will be exciting for all. Now, don't get your hopes up though, and don't think all of what I said will be there unless you want to be disappointed. Go in with a low level of what you think will happen, because if something big does happen, then you'll be even more excited. Now, thank you. I'm Game On Noah. See you guys all next time. I'm going to go watch TV on my Sony TV.